Afternoon, Embassy Facebook friends. My name is Yale Layton. I work in the U.S. Embassy's Office of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, or INL. We work with Pakistan police agencies to try to improve services to the citizens of Pakistan and to fight crime and drugs. Today, it is my pleasure to be joined by Sonia Shamrose, the first district police officer in KP province history. Sonia, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Yael. Thank you so much for inviting me and providing me this opportunity to celebrate women in policing, especially in KP and during this Women's History Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is part of the reason that we wanted to invite you on today was the fact that it is International Women's History Month here in March, and we wanted to celebrate the great work that you and many other police women in Pakistan are doing. As part of that, we also have a message to share from the Inspector General of Police from KP Province, who also wanted to celebrate these momentous accomplishments.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I wanted to welcome the women in KPK. We believe in empowerment of women, equal opportunities, which has been enshrined in the Constitution of Pakistan. So to start with, we have posted the DPO in Chitral women. It is the first in the history of KPK that women DPO has been posted in Chitral. So far as the women participation is concerned in the decision making, approximately 10,000 women are recruited in KP Police. We encourages the women to participate in decision making, to participate in policing function of the society in KPK. So we will continue to empower the women as enshrined in the Constitution of Pakistan, because women are very important segment of the society, approximately 50% of the population. So they will contribute massively in the policing function of this KP province. Thank you very much.
We'd like to thank the Inspector General for his remarks and his salute to all of the women police officers in KP Police. As this is a special occasion, we're very glad that Sonia could join us today. Sonia, what was it that led you to a career in policing?
From very beginning, I always wanted to have a career, dynamic sort of a career in which I can give something back to the society and could perform best of my capabilities and capacity. So, and I always loved the uniform job, like uniform service. So that was the reason why I opted for this service. Yes, you can give lot of good things back to your community, your people, especially as a lady officer. I think I can give back to the girls, and as a role model, like girls when they see lady officers in the good decision making roles, so they are encouraged as well. So I always wanted to have such kind of a job as a career. Yeah.
Growing up, as you were interested or working as a police officer, where did you grow up, or what kind of education did you get that led you to a career working for the police force?
I basically belong to Ahmedabad. It's a very small, beautiful city in the northern area, in the northern areas. So it's very famous for its tourist attractions, and it's also very famous for the very good education institutions. So I was fortunate enough to go to a very I went to a very good school that was Army Burn Hall. It's and after that I completed my BSIT honors from from ComScience Ahmedabad. So it's basically a long journey, and after that I did my MBA in Human Resource Management. And recently I'm an honor of completing my MA in Women Violence and Conflict from University of York, England. So that's my educational background. Yes.
It's a very impressive resume, impressive degree. What advice would you have for women out there who want to pursue careers in policing? How do people go from thinking that a career in the police is cool or is interesting and actually making it happen in their lives?
I think it's a very dynamic career, and especially you can, as I have already mentioned, you can give something back to the society. So I would like to encourage all those girls who wants to join police as a career. They should join police. It's a very good service. It's a very good you will have a promising career here. So my advice would be like you have to work hard. First of all, you have to work hard. Secondly, to make yourself valuable, to make yourself, don't look for endorsements, don't just work hard, make yourself valuable and be comfortable in your own skin, rather than looking for different kind of opportunities. So my advice, one liner would be to be comfortable in your own skins, work hard and try to earn it, try to earn it. Yes.
I think that's good advice no matter what career you're pursuing. A friendly reminder to our Facebook viewers out there to please submit your questions and let us know what questions you would like Sonia to hear. We're interested in having everyone participate in this discussion and this unique opportunity to learn from DPO Shamroz. Sonia, I know in addition to your very impactful, important career, you also are a wife and mother with children. How has it been trying to balance important, busy career with a family as well?
No doubt, Jalal, it's a difficult job. But the good thing is, like, if you have some kind, you have to develop coping mechanism to deal with it. I opted for this career by my own choice, and I love my job. It's not like somebody forced me to do this job. So I enjoy my career. I love this job. So I try my level best to give my best of my time to my career, to balance my work as well as my family as well. But no doubt, I have developed some sort of coping mechanism to deal with this trade-off. And indeed, you have to cope with the opportunity cost that comes across you. So I'm enjoying my life and my career both. I'm loving it. So no hard feelings. So at times there are some issues where you feel heartaches, like no regrets, but you have some heartaches, like when you are unable to attend school functions of your kids, or you miss out some of the important occasions in your family. But my family is very supportive, everybody. So I'm so there. So the things are going very well, alhamdulillah. Yes.
Agreed. And I think, like all people who pursue important jobs to try to make society better, like yourself, sometimes there are sacrifices that have to be made, and we're all thankful for our families and the support and love they give us as we do that. One question we had from our Facebook audience is, what challenges do you think women face in the police force?
My answer would be, it depends upon the personality, like the person to person. It may vary from person to person. Like if I'm a married female officer, so my challenges will be different from the girls who are not married, or there may be different challenges depending upon their cultural background, their unique challenges based on their unique personalities. But I would say, like, if you want to join police service, it's a very good service, and the most importantly, our seniors and are very like they are very they motivate the female officers and they encourage female officers. So I don't think the challenge, I will not say like we don't have, the lady officers will not be having any kind of challenges. Like every working woman, whether she's a doctor or a teacher, or if she's from any profession, they will be having some kind of issues. But the important thing is how we can tackle those challenges and how to develop the coping mechanisms to overcome those challenges. So that is the thing we should focus on, rather than on the negative thing, like what the challenges and the difficulties. So we should cherish the level of the level of work we are doing, lady officers from all of the, whether she's a doctor or a teacher, whichever department she's working with. So we should cherish the positive things what they are giving back. So that would be my answer. Like the challenges may be different for the different from the different profession or the different lady, depending upon her unique personality.
What has been some of the most rewarding parts of the job for you? What have you loved and enjoyed about police work?
The best is my current posting. Like I really enjoyed it because it's one of the most cherished assignments in policing, like to be a district police officer, to command a district. So usually when I joined this police service, so all of my batchmates were like, when who will be the first DPO, who will be like sort of like these are the landmarks in the career. So the part is this my current assignment. I'm loving it, and I'm really grateful to especially to my police chief for this. Like he provided me this opportunity to be here and to perform, and his trust, his belief, and the most importantly, his decision to post me here in Chitral in a very conservative society and giving me this opportunity. So the best thing up till date in my professional career is my assignment as a DPO Chitral.
Awesome. I know previously one of the other distinctions in your career, you were the first female principal of a police training school. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, it was also was a wonderful experience. I remained a principal police training school, Mansehra, for 6 months. I had an honor of being the first principal as well. I trained almost 350 recruits. And what I believe is like, if the most important thing is the capacity building. If we focus on the capacity building training, so it can give it can have a broader and a more positive impact on the society and on our service delivery. So it was also a wonderful experience. Yes, I learned a lot. Yes.
Some other questions that have come from viewers. Are more women joining the police force today than when you started your career?
Yes, obviously. I was fortunate enough to be the first ASP, then first additional SP, but now we have 2 more ladies who have recently joined as PSPs in KP. So, and you see, even if you look at the lower ranks, like more of the girls are joining at the constabulary level. So, and recently I was talking to somebody, like we have almost 10,000 new recruitments, 10,000 new girls who are joining this service. And when I was initially, when I was ASP, most of the quota seats, even they were not filled. So there was, because of the perception and the negative perception about this department, like girls don't join it, it's not a good department, or like these things. So, but now even the girls are joining police on merit. So recently we had a recruitment. So out of we have only 20 seats, and out of the open merit, only open merit 3 girls were fortunate enough to make list of on the list of on the open merit seat. So it's a good trend. Girls are joining, girls are coming, and they are performing very well. Yes, it's very encouraging.
Very encouraging, as you said. What kind of training do you get when you join the police? Did you ever feel unsafe or unsure about this career?
No, never. Actually, it's a tough training. As a police officer, you are trained as in a National Police Academy. I was trained there. There we don't have a separate training for ladies or for a female or a male officer. We get the same training, same physical training, same lectures, same firing schedule. So we are trained as a police officers. We are not trained as a female police officers or a male police officers. What matter is the rank and the responsibility. So we are trained for the responsibility we are going to be performing in our career in our career. So it's a tough training, no doubt, and it's a long training, and it's a tough training, but it's a part of it. And now I feel like it's when you are under training, you feel like what is this, when it will get over with this. But when it's over, when it's completed, you feel like, oh, it's for the best part. hour of life because we were all as a batchmates. So with no like no responsibility, just free souls and just focusing on the training. So it's the best part. Yes.
As you've gone through your career, obviously your hard work and your many talents have helped you accomplish many of these landmark achievements. But who are some of the people who've mentored or given you opportunities throughout your career who you felt like have made a big difference for you?
Yes, indeed, yeah. I would like to thank all my seniors, all my team members, everybody. Like everybody was very supportive. They encouraged me. They helped me. They helped me in my learning process. Everybody, uh, but I would like to name one person. Honestly, like my police chief, my current chief, Sarabasi. He's. I want to. Thank him on this forum, like to provide me with, like I have already mentioned, like he trusted me with this assignment. It's a very tough and challenging assignment, and especially he was experimenting this for the first time in KP, and especially as a conservative province, it's a hard job and it was a risk. But he assigned me this job, and I'm very thankful and helpful. He's very helpful, and I'm very uh, on the not only because on the behalf of myself, I want to thank him on the behalf of all KP female officers, especially police officers, to provide us with this opportunity. Like not like me, we have lady officers who are working in elite, so they are also included in the decision making process. We have senior officers in training, we have senior officers in traffic. So this is the best part. Like he is working for women empowerment and gender equality in real sense. Yes.
Thank you. I have another question from our Facebook audience. Shazaib Khan Yousafzai would like to know, what aspect of women's role in the police force would you like to improve or reform?
I think their capacity building, like overall capacity building, because initially we had an issue of low recruitment rate. So now we have overcome that issue. But the second issue is the capacity building. More and more ladies should be trained on investigation and how to deal with the complainants, especially the lady complainants. So I think we should work on how to deal the gender-based violence and how to investigate gender-based violence cases. So these are the issues.
I think one of the things that I'm most proud about with this organization that I work with, International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, is the work that we do to try to promote women in policing and gender mainstreaming for women police officers, just to improve their career prospects. I know one idea that we've been doing lately is we're building a lot of barracks around the country so that women can be recruited in higher numbers and achieve greater positions in the police forces. Have you
Yes.
had much work with my organization, INL, in your career? Have you participated in any of our conferences or attended any of our trainings?
Yes, I have attended lots of the INL funded training in my police academy, National Police Academy. And secondly, I had a privilege of being part of an international conference that was in New York. So that was a public safety association that was arranged by that. So no doubt, we are really proud of INL as our proud partner, and we appreciate your efforts, especially the KP police. And as a female police officers, I would like to appreciate your efforts for increasing the recruitment rate, and secondly, for encouraging women to maintain by providing them the home-like environment by constructing different barracks at different police stations. So, as a female police officer, I am thankful on the behalf of all the lady officers. Thank you.
It's our pleasure to work with you and all of the women police officers across Pakistan. Another question from our Facebook audience. Ajmal Khan would like to know, how does it feel to wear a police uniform? How does it feel to be the first woman in your DPO role?
It's a wonderful feeling, especially when you wear a uniform. It's I can't explain you the feeling. Like it's the one of like um, uniform is like your second next to your skin, so it's a wonderful feeling, especially when you are respected and you are seen as a role model because of this uniform and these ranks. So obviously it's a a great thing. So yeah, I'm loving my police job. Yes.
And you're doing it well. Saeed Nazir Afridi wants to know what would be your reaction if you are posted as DPO in Waziristan or some other merged district area?
I would love to. I would love to. Why not? As already mentioned, I am a police officer. I am not a female police officer. So my first responsibility is to maintain law and order and to control crime and to prevent crime. So if I'm given this assignment, I would love to, and I would like my brother to help me out with my assignment. So why not? Why not? It's a great thing.
Agreed. Javed Ali Nunari from Peshawar would like to know if Pakistani women feel more comfortable visiting police stations when there are female police officers there.
Yes, obviously, because of our cultural issues and the overall societal setup, female complainants are more comfortable with the female police officers rather than a male police. It's a general trend. Like even if we look at the female patients, like if they prefer to visit a female lady, a lady doctor rather than a male doctor because of the cultural issues. So yes, sure, indeed, female complainants are more comfortable with the female officers because they can understand their issues well. They can guide them well, and the complainants can easily explain their issues, even if, those issues which they are reluctant to discuss with the male officers. So yes, sure, it is.
From Raja Hamza in Lahore, he would like to know how someone can join the police force. What's the process like?
Like we have three levels of induction. One is either through the CSS, like competitive exam. Second is as an ASI, and the third level is through you can join through ETA test in KP. The same is the case in the Punjab. Same is the case for Punjab. So there are three levels. At three levels you can join police service. Yes.
What kind of ideas or suggestions would you have for how Pakistan can make police stations feel more safe for women who come for assistance?
I believe police stations are the safest place for women complainants. So I don't agree with this question, like how we can make it. It's not a safe place. Obviously, it's a safe place, and we have a very strong internal accountability mechanism for if a female is harassed or she is mistreated. So I would say it's not no doubt there are there are ways we can improve the service delivery. But I think first is by increasing the level of female officers in the police station. So we can do that to make them feel safe. But I believe my feeling is like females are very, like they're very open. Our police stations are open for everybody. So even the female complainants, they can even come and if they think they are maltreated, so they can complain to any of the senior officers. So, and we are very tough, especially as our police chief. He is very sensitive, and we have very gender sensitive workshops as well. So I don't think there will be any kind of issue with the female complainant if there is no if they come to the police station. Yes.
I know one project that my office has on with KP Police were the creation of many model police stations, including women's desks where there are women's staff who can help women with their concerns or complaints. I think you have one of those in the Chitral district. How does that work in your area?
Yes, initially when I came here, there were only two, but now we have four, and we have deputed special. We have deputed special female officers for those complaint centers. And as far as the performance is concerned, we have 100% success rate. In the last 2 months, we have received almost 42 complaints, and all of them I usually call randomly. I call the complainant, so they were very happy with how the process went. The process went through, and they're very happy with the results. So it's a good thing. So it's a success story in Chitral for if we are talking about the women issues. Yes.
I know from our previous discussions, you're very passionate about your work in Chitral, and you supervise a team of over 2,250, almost 20 police stations and police posts. But you're also creating some new initiatives and some new activities there. Would you like to discuss any of those?
Yes, sure. First of all, we are planning to, as a welfare project, we are planning to have a police public school in Chitral. Secondly, I'm also planning to have a training school, the driving school for especially for ladies. So though if they want to learn and if they want to come on the roads with cars, we are more than happy to welcome them, and will teach them the driving skills. So second and thirdly, with the help of Social Welfare Department, on Women's Day on 8th March, we are going to inaugurate that is known as Darul Aman in Pakistan. We are going to inaugurate a shelter home for all those women and girls who are victim of gender-based violence. So this is the best thing. This is the gift to the people of Chitral from the, and interestingly, the social welfare officer, she's also a female. So this is basically a gift to the ladies of, to the females of Chitral from the lady police officer and a social welfare officer. Yes.
That's wonderful news. Congratulations on that. Great accomplishment for the Chitral area. Pervez Khan from Peshawar said, it's remarkable to see this. Policing is not just about catching criminals, it's about maintaining a softer image and engaging in civilian dialogues. I think this will encourage many women joining this profession. Hope you encourage young staff and officers toward a conducive and productive environment. Well done, Sonia. Shafi Muhammad.
Grateful. Indeed, I totally agree.
Shafi Muhammad wants to know if you have ever felt any hesitation being a police officer, and what is your message to younger girls about joining the police?
Answer to his first question is never. I had never ever had any such issue. Like it's I've already mentioned, when you are wearing a uniform, you are you are a police officer. You are not a female or a male officer. So I never hesitated. I was assigned different sort of tasks, like the crime control and any whenever I was assigned any kind of a task, I never hesitated and I never complained about it. The most important thing is I never complained about it. So it's a good thing. And secondly, I would like to encourage young girls, why not come, please join this police service. And it's a rewarding job, like I would say, when if you are in a position where you can help any person in distress, so it gives you a great sense of relief, and it's a rewarding service. So you will have you can have on one side you can utilize your best of capabilities and capacities, and you can it's rewarding as well. So why not girls should join this job? And I don't know why girls are reluctant to join police service. I want my daughter to be a police officer. My parents are very happy to see me as a police officer. My husband is a proud husband because his wife is a police officer. So nothing wrong with this. Why not?
Totally agreed. And I think that's why we have this opportunity to talk with you today, as it's just a wonderful example to all the women of Pakistan to show what a policing career can be for them as well. Ataya Jalani from Lahore shared, it's a great feeling to look at our females so confident and empowered. More power to you.
Thank you. Grateful.
Amir Khan Sahar asked, what should I do in my B's studies being an aspirant to become a CSP police officer?
First thing is you have to work hard, work hard, work hard. You have to work hard first of all to qualify this exam. It's a competitive exam and the success rate is less than 5%. So no doubt it's a tough exam. What you can do is try to have chit chat with the senior CSPs. Like if you have some in your family or any of in your friends and family, so try to seek guidance from them. Focus on your current affairs, your English. Try to read good English newspapers with very good English. Try to read editorials, so it will improve your English and it will, especially your expressions, and focus. Just focus and determined. But you should be focused, and you have to work hard. That's all. It's an easy thing if you are focused and you work hard.
Sounds like great advice. We have a question from Ali Mudassir. He says, please share your thoughts about how a daughter can persuade her father to join PSP, keeping in view your experience in the force. I'm glad to see you in the force as an example for young ladies like my sister.
Yeah. You can have my contact number, give it to your father, tell him to call me. I will try my level best to pursue, to convince him. Don't worry. And tell your father to join us on this Facebook page, so he'll be happy. And I can also help you. I can arrange a meeting of my father and your father, so he'll help out with all his concerns. So don't worry. Yes.
It sounds like great advice. One question we have is, have you or your department taken any new steps to prevent the harassment of women?
Yes, we have, first of all, we have victim support officers. They are in the initial phase of their training. So this is the main thing, like for harassment, you need female officers to understand the level of the core issue. So yes, we are training victim support officers to deal with the harassment issues. Yes.
A somewhat similar question. Chitral is a remote area. As a woman in leadership, how have you balanced kind of local traditions and sensitivities while leading the police in the district?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. As far as my posting is concerned, when I came here, I didn't feel any sort of a very rigid or the complex sort of a response from the community. I was welcomed by the religious parties, by different segment of the society. So it's very easy to balance it, because the people are not anti women empowerment. So there was no such issue over here. So it was a very good experience, and my reception was very good. So I think it is a good experience. So I didn't feel such thing like it's any kind of a hurdle in my career or in my policing. So that is all I can say. Yes.
Yeah, Chitral sounds like a wonderful.
Yes.
I wish I could visit it. I remember reading in the news a month or two ago about the winter sports festival they had there.
Yes, it's a beautiful place. Be my guest. You could, yeah.
Have you found other local women leaders to team up with and to do different projects? It sounds like the shelter that you're working on is one of the products of that.
Yes, and secondly, we are also recently we had a session judge. She's also a female. She has not joined yet, but we have a female police officer, and we have a district session judge. She's also a lady officer. So we have another ADC. She's also a female. So we have lots of the girls group over here. Yes.
Thank you. Going back to our Facebook Live questions, Ibar Khan Dawar from Lahore says, there are no female police officers in North Waziristan, and that leads to problems when male officers enter homes and only women are present. How can the police force attract more female officers to areas like North Waziristan?
I think one has to lead by example. So first of all, we have recruited, like recently the merged districts. So we have lady officers, and we are recruiting lady officers and they are joining this service. They will be joining service very soon. So they are in the initial training phase. So secondly, the society as well has to play its role. So the male member of the family, the brother, her brother, father, or husband, they should also encourage ladies to join police service. Why not? So the girls are like, we have the fresh recruitment, and we are recruiting female officers for these newly merged districts.
Yeah, I know the IGP made it a priority and is trying to recruit as well, increase the numbers. We have a comment from Yasir in Lahore who says, ma'am, I'm a criminologist and now I want to join the police. Please give me some suggestions about what steps I should take to join.
Prepare for CSS, just go for this exam. Why not join this service? If you're a criminologist, you can add value to this department and service. So go for it.
I remember earlier you discussed your impressive academic career. Of your many degrees and studies, which ones do you think have helped you the most as a police officer?
My last degree, that was MA in Women, Violence and Conflict. It was a very good experience, because it was I had this degree from University of York in UK, and the University of York has Center for Women Studies for the entire Europe. So it was a great experience, because we had different students from different backgrounds. So it was a good experience, and I learned a lot, especially from this degree, the last degree, Women, Violence and Conflict.
We have a question from Sherry John Jr. It's good to see you, ma'am. We hope to have more women in the workforce. You're a role model for our society. And then, is your job difficult?
Thank you. No, it is not. Yes, it is a difficult job, and especially when you are managing a family. But the thing is, if you have a good support system, you have good seniors, you have good team, it's not things get easier for you. But no doubt, it's a challenging assignment. You can't take it. You have to take your job seriously, especially when you are dealing with crime, criminals, and overall negative things. So yes, it's a challenging job. But I would say, if you have right support system, you have encouraging and good seniors, those who motivate you, and if you have good team, so things get better for your service. Yes,
I think so. One question that I've had is there any topics or areas where you think organizations like mine, the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, can work to try to help women policing in Pakistan? Any other areas that we should be focusing on?
I think more and more capacity building trainings, because this is what we are lacking in. So if we are if we provide good trainings to male and female both officers. So it will be the good thing, and it will have a great impact on the overall society and the department as well. So I think the capacity building, my one line would be capacity building.
Okay, we'll keep that under advisement. Sher Mohammed shared, Bina Chitrali, I'm very happy that Madame Sonia Shamrose is here and doing her duty very well.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It
And
sounds
especially if you are from Chitral, and he must be having the feedback. So I'm happy. Thank you so much. And I need your support and your advice on that. Yes. Thank you, dear.
it's always good to get compliments from your local constituents and the citizens that you serve every day.
Yes.
A new question. What is your department doing to assist female and juvenile inmates?
Sorry?
What is your department doing to assist female and juvenile inmates in jail?
Actually, it's a totally a different department. So we have a different department for this. So all we can do is like we can help them when they are in the police station, or when we can also help them with the legal assistance. So it's a totally a different department. Yes. We're
And
not
I know-
directly related to this.
Well, one area that you mentioned previously was the work that you're doing in the Chitral community to try to help young people to avoid. I think you said Chitral had a difficult situation with high suicide rate, and you're making
Yes.
strides to improve that. What were some of the efforts that's going on there?
Yes, Chitral has one of the highest suicide rate in Pakistan, and there are different issues that are leading to this alarming rate. What we are doing is like we are doing two different strategies. We are following two different strategies. First is we are going to schools and colleges and the universities to just to have chit chat and just to encourage them and to give hope to them, and just to, if they are having any kind of issue, especially the harassment or any sort of issue, so just we try to have some kind of informal chit chat with the schools and with the school college students. And secondly, we are also planning to have a mental health camps by end of March. So we will try to have counseling session with all the GBV victims, those who have come to our complaint desk. So these are the two things we are having in Chitral.
Wonderful. In addition to just doing your job and setting a good example, do you have any plans for working with the police force to empower and motivate women in your community?
Yes, the one thing I'm doing is like I'm conducting open courts, like it's going into the community and taking their questions and just to be visible. So by doing this, I am encouraging different male members of the family to help their girls to just come and to join police force and to do something good.
That's great. Well, Sonia, I think we're running down our questions and running out of time as well. So I just wanted to see if you had any closing remarks you wanted to share, any last ideas to share to the women of Pakistan who might be watching us, who are considering careers in the police, or just any other advice that you wanted to share with our audience.
Yes, why not? I would like to take this opportunity to encourage young girls, women out there, and parents especially, to help your girls, educate your girls, invest on their education, and all those girls who are listening me, concentrate on your studies, focus on your studies, try to work hard, and try to give something best and good to the society. So this is the one message would be like, work hard, focus, and be comfortable in your skin and enjoy your womanhood. celebrate your womanhood. So it's and get out of this negative any negative feeling or fear of being a woman. Don't think like that. So it's a great thing. And you are I'm a mother, I'm proud of that. I'm a wife, I'm proud of that. I'm a good daughter, daughter-in-law. You have different roles. So take it as a opportunity, take it as a positive thing, and never feel bad about being never feel bad about it. So go girls and just live your dreams.
Well, what a wonderful message. Thank you so much, Sonia, for joining us today. Thank you to our Facebook Live audience for your wonderful participation and questions. And we want to wish everybody a glorious Women's History Month as we celebrate this throughout March, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for participating.
Thank you, Yael. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure. Bye-bye, Sonia.
Bye-bye.